right, it is dinner time, so it's about that time we're about to cook something up together. If you're just tuning in, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my kitchen. We have been cooking our way through some of the MVPs in my cookbook called Oh What's for Dinner? No Fuss Weeknight Recipes You'll Swear By. So these are quick and dirty meals that you can get on the table in no time. And tonight we are making one of my favorite things to order when I go out for Mexican food. I am such a creature of habit. I always get the exact same thing because it never fails me. And I live in New England now, but before that, we lived in Santa Monica, California. My kids were born out there. It is the land of amazing Mexican food. Every single corner had like top-notch Mexican food. And I thought, how can I make this at home? So I figured out how to do it, and I call it the whole enchilada. So I can get my favorite restaurant food right at home. And this one comes together in no time, like all my recipes, but it also has stuff you can really feel good about. I've got shredded chicken breast, I've got fresh spinach here, some shredded cheese, we're gonna have some black beans, which is like the best food in the world for you, black beans, onion, sour cream, because honestly, that's probably my favorite food group. I love Mexican food because it is such a great vehicle for sour cream. So we won't be shy with that. So let's do it. All right, so first things first, we are gonna start with a white onion. So this is the only recipe in my cookbook that calls for a white onion. Typically I use the yellow ones, but I mean, it's a subtle thing, but I noticed that with Mexican food, the white onion hits a little better. It's a little more potent, in my opinion, and it just does the trick. So we're gonna chop this up very finely. I do not like biting into a big piece of onion. So we're gonna chop this up very finely and get that in the pan. All right, just kind of a quick chop. This is one recipe that my entire family can agree on. Everybody likes this one. And I'll show you that there are a lot of different variations for it. So if you're really in a pinch and you don't feel like rolling up the fajitas, the tortillas, and putting them in the oven, we can also just kind of serve it in the skillet, or even dip some like tortilla chips in there, like a dip. Or make your own sort of enchiladas. I've done that too. I've done it all. All right, woo. All right, we've got our onion here. This looks good enough for me. All right, cool. All right, let's see if I can find my favorite tool. You know I love this tool. I couldn't find, here it is. This is my favorite. This is the dough cutter. It's technically a dough cutter, but it is so awesome for transporting your stuff. All right, so let's get this over to the pan. Come on over. We're gonna do medium-high heat on this. A couple tablespoons of olive oil. All right. And then I'm gonna get that white onion going in the pan. So many of my recipes, you know what? Bring the whole darn thing over. I'm all about efficiency. There we go. In the pan. See the scraper? I'm lost when I can't find this thing. I love it. You know you're a grown-up when you have favorite kitchen tools. And I will share all of mine with you. Oh, speaking of favorite kitchen tools, let's shred the chicken. So last night I made roast chicken, and we can talk about this someday too, but 375 in the oven. I use a little Italian dressing or a little Italian marinade, and then salt and pepper and paprika. I put it in the oven for 45 minutes and out comes juicy, tender chicken. So if you're really having a night where you're like, oh, what's for dinner? You can serve this with a vegetable and a salad for your family and you're good. But tonight, since I have leftover, we are going to use this for our chicken enchilada. And I'm gonna use one of my other new favorite kitchen gadgets. This thingamajiggy. We've talked about this before. This is something I got influenced to buy on the World Wide Web, and it's really fun because shredding chicken's kind of a drag. So we'll take this one because we need a pound of chicken for this recipe, and these guys are probably just over a pound. All right, look how nice that is. It's that paprika helps it get that nice brown color. I didn't even have to put that under the broiler or anything. Cooked perfectly, nice and juicy. That's a whole nother episode. That's a whole nother Oprah. All right, so then we just put this in the shredder. I mean, and by the way, if you don't have a shredder, it's fine. You're gonna use a knife. Okay, hold on. Work with me, I'm telling these people how great you work. Okay, so you spin it like this, like you're the captain of a ship. I'm assuming a very serious stance too. Good thing I'm an athlete. All right, so look at that. Chicken is shredded. There's always like a piece in the middle that's not, but boom. All right, so we've got our shredded chicken. Let's go check on those onions. I hope I didn't neglect them. Okay. We're good, we're good. Where's my spoon? I'll use another one. Let's get that chicken in there. So you see these are, chicken goes right in the pan. So that's 1 pound of shredded chicken. Actually, this is a little bit more than a pound. So this is gonna be nice and chickeny. I'm gonna turn this down, because remember, this is all eventually going to get wrapped up in the fajita-sized tortilla and go in the oven. So we just kind of need to warm things up here and kind of marry the ingredients. And this chicken's already cooked, so we don't have to stress about that. God, I hate the raw chicken drama, and we don't have to worry about that today. So this will go back in the fridge because that's left over. All right, looking at the book here to see what happens next. Black beans and the spinach. So I'm just gonna use plain old black beans here. I like to, and I learned this from a chef, which may be self-explanatory to some of you, but for years I was just putting my black beans or beans right into my dishes and I wasn't rinsing them. And what I learned is that it's kind of nice to get that, it sits in sort of a, you know, saucy kind of coating. And sometimes that can be helpful for your cooking if you want to thicken it up, but it's also kind of salty and all that kind of stuff. So get that coating off there. So there they are. Let's get them in the pan before they cause more trouble here. Boom. Black beans in, chicken in. Now we're gonna get that sauce going. So we're gonna take our enchilada sauce, the spinach, the shredded cheddar, or it's actually a shredded Mexican blend that you can find in the grocery store. And this is all gonna go in the skillet. All right, I'm gonna get this in here right away. That's gonna give it a ton of flavor. So coat everything in that enchilada sauce. Divine. Then we're gonna get our spinach in there. This may look like a lot, but you know the magic of spinach. You put it in and it disappears. So do not worry. We're gonna put it in a little bit at a time. I'll do like half and then kind of get it coated and it'll disappear before our very eyes. We're gonna put some sour cream in here. My love for sour cream runs very deep. I find myself sometimes eating things just to have the sour cream. I put it in things you wouldn't believe. All right, so I'm gonna put that right on top. All right. That was a healthy cup right there. But that's gonna blend everything together and make this really creamy and give us the filling that we go out for. Look at that. So honestly, I could just take a fork and start eating this out of this skillet here, and I have done that before. So this is 2 cups of our shredded Mexican blend cheese, and I'm gonna put 1 cup in now, and then we're gonna use the rest to top it. Because it's almost time to roll. Oh, does it look good? Okay. All right, so we're in good shape here. That's as good as done, but we'll let that sit on super duper low while we work on getting the tortillas ready. So very, very, very important. You have to put a little sauce at the bottom of your baking dish. Otherwise, your tortillas will stick and it will be so sad. So if you're an OG and you saw the episode we did on lasagna, you'll see we did the exact same thing. It's kind of very similar, really. Enchilada is sort of like the Mexican version of a manicotti, right? Like rolled up. So I'd rather go overboard than not. So just a thin layer is fine, but you just want to make sure it's totally covered. That's a super important step, okay? If you do nothing else today, you're doing that. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna bring the whole thing right over here. My daughter loves helping me with this part. So you take a nice, healthy spoonful, or in my case, spatula full, because I couldn't find my spoon, of enchilada right in there. Okay? And this is a good time to tell you also, if you're really in a hurry, you just got home from work, and you're like, we gotta get dinner on the table, everyone's screaming and yelling and hangry, serve it just like this. Say, hey family, here you go. And then you put these on a plate and you go, here you go. Come up to the stove and serve yourself. That totally works. But today, we're taking it an extra step further and we're gonna make it into these awesome enchiladas that we're gonna bake and then top with more cheese and more sauce. All right, so we just folded that up like a little burrito. And then we're gonna put it seam side down. Seam side down. And it fits so nicely into the dish, the fajita size. Cool? And that's it. And we just repeat and do that seam side down until we've got a full dish there. Okay, I went a little small on this pan because I thought it was pretty for your eyes. So I'm really jamming them in, but that's okay, because there they are. There they are, our beautiful enchiladas. So we could eat them just like this and they would be divine, but we're gonna take it a step further, as we do, and we're gonna add a little bit of that leftover enchilada sauce. So there we go, I'm covering that with the enchilada sauce. The enchilada is like, kind of, not my favorite word, but they're wet. Like, they need to be covered in sauce. It's what makes them good. They can't be dry. So I don't know any other way to say that to you. It's what it is. Now we're gonna top it with a little green enchilada sauce. So you can find it, this one's called mild green enchilada sauce. You could get a salsa verde. This is green and a little bit waterier. The enchilada sauce, the red one is real thick. And this one is watery and it's gonna make it wet. There's no other way to say it. I don't know. Does someone have a better way to say that? I like to get the edges because I don't want the edges to get like hard and crunchy. So just go ahead and cover that. This is kind of a messy dish in the end, but that's okay. All right, so now it's covered with that. Oh, baby. And then we're gonna take the remaining cheese and put it right on top. This is then gonna go in the oven for 20 minutes. And remember, everything's cooked. So at this point, it's just kind of getting warm, getting bubbly, and it'll help things come together. Boom. Voila. So in the oven it goes. I'm not even covering it. It's just all that sauce is covering itself, so it's not gonna dry out, trust me. There we go. See you real soon. All right, it's been 20 minutes. Kitchen is nice and clean, so I can focus. And I think we're ready. Let's check it out. I did just pop on the broiler for 2 minutes. Just, oh my God. She's a beaut. She's a beaut, Clark. Look at that. So we are gonna top with some fresh cilantro. I'm gonna let this cool before I do that, otherwise it'll wilt. And we don't dare cut into this yet. It is way too hot. So take 5, go scroll, put in a load of laundry, phone a friend, do your thing. All right, it's finally time. I've waited long enough. All right, let's get into our beautiful chicken enchilada. What did that take us? Half an hour? Look at this. Oh, I am not shy on the sauce. I'm not shy on the cheese. I'm not shy on the sour cream. It's gonna pay off. Oh my God. That tastes like a treat. That tastes like you were at a Mexican restaurant, you're filling up on chips and salsa, you've got another margarita on the way, but meanwhile, you're right here in your own kitchen. And there's black beans, well, there was. There's black beans too. So it's nice and healthy. Man, that's good. Oh, that is decadent. Like one of these is like a little bomb. Wow. That is good. Thank you so much for watching today. It was so fun cooking with you. Please subscribe, like, comment, do all the things you're supposed to do here on YouTube, and I'll be back with more recipes from my cookbook. Thank you so much. Oh, and the full recipe is below. Enjoy. I know I will. So you spin it like this, like you're the captain of a ship. So very, very, very important. Work of art. That's good.